happy Monday. Happy Monday. It's the start of the week. Another week, the last week in January 2026 for the year. This is the hour for our news. We'll head straight into the news. And on top of our news today, an elderly woman was found dead in her bedroom on Wednesday morning in what police believe may have been a home invasion in Upper Barrackpore. The victim, 62-year-old Meryl Sabesa, was discovered hours after neighbors last saw her sitting on her porch on Papuri Road around 6:30 a.m. drinking coffee. Sabesa, a regular churchgoer, raised concern when she failed to attend church and could not be reached by phone. Relatives later went to her home where they found the body in a bedroom. The back door of the house was reportedly open and Sabesa's Nissan Tida was missing. Police said they are awaiting the results of an autopsy to determine the cause of death. Sabesa lived alone. Neighbors expressed shock and sadness over her death, describing her as quiet, cheerful, and kind. This is a shock. It's a very sad day for Upper Barrackpore community. We've never experienced anything like this here before, one resident said. Residents also called that Sabesa's home had been broken into last year. Officers of the Homicide Bureau Region 3 and the Southern Division responded to the scene. Her body was removed by undertakers around 5 p.m. and an autopsy is expected to be performed this week at the Forensic Science Center. Several relatives gathered at her home but declined to speak to the media. In other news, what was meant to be a night of non-stop music and celebration ended in tragedy yesterday morning after a party-goer collapsed and died at the popular Soca Till Sunrise event in O2 Park, Chaguaramas. The incident unfolded around 7:45 a.m. as revelers crowded near the stage for one of the final performances. Vishal Suku, 37 of Red Hill, Aruka, had been enjoying the fete with friends when he suddenly suffered a seizure and collapsed suddenly, waves of panic through the crowd. As friends and fellow patrons rushed to his side, desperate attempts were made to revive him. Others looked on in stunned silence as the music faded and the reality of the moment set in. Emergency health services personnel stationed at the venue responded and transported Suku to the St. James Infirmary, where he was pronounced dead on arrival at 8:45 a.m. Police said a packet of non-prescription pills were found on Suku, though investigators could not confirm the type of medication or whether any had been consumed. Authorities urged the public to refrain from speculation, stressing that the cause of death will only be determined after an autopsy. A senior police official confirmed there was no foul play, but cautioned that Suku may have suffered the effects of mixing medication with alcohol. Drugs and alcohol do not mix, the official warned. Even prescribed medication can be dangerous when combined with alcohol. Partygoers must exercise personal responsibility. Please stay away from drugs. Soca Till Sunrise, hosted by WOW Events, is a well-known Juve party on the carnival calendar, drawing thousands of patrons each year. In the hours following the incident, grief and reflection poured across the social media as friends and family and members of the public paid tribute to Suku. One friend who attended the event posted, "Everybody have their own race to run. Yes, Vishal Suku, another mourner." Sandra Lawcore said he died doing one of the favorite things. Sasha Sa from Lachman said, "This young man was enjoying himself. Death comes for anyone at any time, so enjoy life while you can." Others use the moment to issue sobering warnings, cautioning Red Bull and Monster with alcohol is asking for trouble. They also said it's only so much your heart can take, drinking, dancing, and energy drinks all night. Many young people are getting heart attacks, especially after COVID-19. Please take care of your body. In further news, government officials say they are open to considering amendments proposed by senators to the controversial Zone of Special Operations bill when the Senate debate resumes tomorrow, which is today, but no, tomorrow, yes, but have ruled out any extension of the state of emergency. A senior minister confirmed yesterday that debate will continue on the law reform Security and Development Bill 2026, which would allow the Prime Minister, after consulting the Police Commissioner and Chief of Defense Staff, to designate areas as special operation zones for up to 6 months. In these zones, joint security forces would be empowered to conduct searches and seizures without warrants and impose 24-hour cordons and 72-hour curfews. The bill, which requires a 3/5 majority to pass, cleared the House of Representatives 2 weeks ago, but faces a tougher pass in the Senate. The government holds 16 seats and must secure the support of at least 4 independent or opposition senators. Opposition senators have strongly criticized the bill, while independent senators have raised concerns. Over 3 days of debate, 24 senators have contributed, including most independent and opposition members and 9 government senators. Debate resumes tomorrow following the return of Attorney General John Jeremy, who piloted the bill before leaving the country on official business. He is expected to close the debate. On possible amendments, government sources point to statements made by Defense Minister Wayne Sturge in the Senate last week, responding to calls for a sunset clause. Sturge noted that Section 28 of the bill provides for parliamentary review by a joint committee after passage, and said proposed amendments could be considered if senators remain dissatisfied. Temporary Independent Senator George Drayton said he would support the bill if it included a sunset clause, which Independent Senator Francis Lewis also called for such a provision and urged an extension of the SOE while ZOSOs were reconsidered. However, a government minister reiterated yesterday that the SOE would not be extended, saying the threats that prompted it have since been addressed. Opposition senators Amy Brown and Foster Cummins are among those still to speak. And regionally, as he begins his tenure as CARICOM chair through June 30th, St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew says he assumes the role of it at a time of mounting geopolitical uncertainty, and growing questions about the bloc's unit and relevance. Drew said unity is his top priority and confirmed he has already held face-to-face talks with Prime Minister St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Antigua and Barbuda. He also said he has formally expressed his willingness to meet with Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar. My strategy is to talk as much as possible face-to-face, asking the difficult questions, so everything can be put on the table and the best position reached. Drew said, adding jokingly that he would welcome a conversation over some doubles. In an interview with the media, Drew also stated he hopes on regional leaders will attend CARICOM's 50th regular meeting from February 24th to the 27th in St. Kitts. He addressed that any participation by Persad-Bissessar would be treated with full decorum and confidentiality. She has not attended a CARICOM meeting in person since her election on April 28th last year. On Washington's recent ban on immigrant visas affecting 12 Caribbean countries, 11 of them CARICOM members, Drew said the bloc hopes to maintain stable relations with the United States, particularly on immigration. While Trinidad and Tobago was not included, he said the issue is expected to be raised at upcoming meetings. We are hoping that all members will be off that list so the region can continue its very good relations with the United States, especially on immigration, he said. True also noted that several CARICOM countries have been asked to accept third country deportees from the U.S. while expecting national sovereignty. He said coordinated regional responses are preferable. Addressing Haiti, Drew acknowledged the severity of the crisis and the limits of CARICOM's military capacity. Many CARICOM countries have no military at all, and those that do, they are very small forces, he said, stressing that Haiti must lead its own solutions. Our role is to support and facilitate as far as possible. And that's all for our news today. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, let's go into Bridging the Gap. Stay tuned.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Hi, I'm Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, and I'm inviting you to join me for Conversations with Zalisa right here on Real TV. It's not just another talk show, it's a space for real stories, real insight, and real impact. We cover it all: health, law, parenting, relationships, drug and substance abuse, mental health, social issues, and so much more, with expert guests who help bring clarity to life's most important questions. So whether you're looking to be informed, empowered, or simply inspired, this show is for you. Weekdays at 10 a.m. with repeats on Real TV.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance, is thermally and acoustically insulated, provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited. Building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
You're viewing Real TV, ultimate in programming. Thanks for choosing us.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Bridging the Gap. We had the news beforehand, and now we have our topics to talk about. And this weekend, as I told you all, I had a very tough, very busy weekend, and I had the privilege to take part in, doing some backup vocals in the Calypso Queens competition yesterday that was held in Queens Hall, which was a beautiful, beautiful show that took place. It was really, really remarkable, the amount of talents. When I heard, the different calypsos from these strong, gifted and talented women, it really, my pulse was raising, and then hitting that stage and singing our rendition was something that is unexplainable as well. But I want to say something, and I always tell you all that I'm a very impartial individual. I'm a very fair person, and I can always stand corrected. But it's not the first time I went into the Flavor Village or the Carnival Village. but like literally soaking in everything. I have to commend, hats off, and claps to NCC. The way the Savannah was orchestrated and how things was done, whoever was the organizers, the coordinators, they sat down, internalized, and strategized every piece of detail with time. I went to the ladies' night out. I went to a fashion show. After the Calypso competition, I went to a fashion show. And I will show the little 2 videos of the fashion show after that. But I went to a ladies' night out, well put together. I saw a lot of senior citizens. They came out, they had chairs, nice chairs sitting for them. They sat down. Everything was to me, it was bougie. The Savannah, the village itself, it bougie. I am really, I stood there and I was like, I have to give Jack the jacket. The Savannah looking real good. Inside of here looking real good. I can't fight them. I really can't. I can't fight all they know. NCC, all they do, all the big one for this carnival season, and all the shows are free. So because when we got about ladies' night out, I was like, ladies' night out, and then there's like, ladies' night. I said, well, let's walk over now. Because I went to the fashion show that kept on the grandstand stage, and then we walked over, and it was beautiful. They had Patrice Roberts, they had Nadia Batson, Iowa George, Swappy, different soca artists. It was a really young children. I literally saw babies, 1-year-old toddlers outside late in the night when they're supposed to be in the bed sleeping. But the families were outside yesterday enjoying the music. It was a warm feeling. I literally felt a warm feeling last night. It was unexplainable. I have to give them hats off. It was well orchestrated. And even leaving the event, they had all the people from hospitality on either side line off and were waving to the patrons, telling them, you all reach home safe. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Line off, on each side while everybody was leaving and was just waving everybody and telling them, reach home safely, thank you for coming, come back again. That is a warm feeling. That is something that you will want to go back to our next event in the Savannah, and you'll want to patronize, and you'll want to support. And I have to give them really have to give them a round of applause. I was really shocked. I was even shocked when I went to the food court. The food court was well put together. The sitting area for those who want to eat. You want to sit down with your family, the benches. You could still listen. They put it close where you could still listen to the music. I think you could still see the stage a little bit. I was just hoping that the fencing was a little shorter for those who wanted to just dine and watch the show on the other side. But, you can't get everything in one. If you eat and go in the show after. But it was well orchestrated. Hats off again, NCC. All the real shock, all the hospitality group was on point. All the village on point. Flavor village on point. All they really do all the thing, I had to as I reached home, the first thing I went and do, I told my mother, I said, listen to me, I was in total shock. I said, my jaw was on the floor. I have to get Jack the jackets. I have to give them, I tell all I'm a very fair and impartial person. If you do nonsense, I talk about the nonsense you do. If you do something good and you deserve recognition, I give you recognition. That is how NACA is. I'm fair. And I can also stand corrected. But I will show 2 short videos of the fantastic fashion show that they had yesterday. I saw one of the queens from, I think it's Miss World, Janelle, I can't remember the name. It's not Penny. But our next one, I can't remember her name. And it's not there on the top of my head. But she was one of Trinidad and Tobago's. I think it was Miss World Queen, Miss World Queen for Trinidad and Tobago. And she was there, modeling some pieces. I saw a lot of familiar faces, those who are in the modeling arena. Richard Young, who was heading the fashion show. It was really well put together. We had the rhythm section. Hats off to you know, the rhythm section that was there, Kiba, Chris, Bridget, everybody, you know, Tumble, everybody, you know, who was there, Sean, who Smooth, the rhythm section was there, and they gave their performance, and you know, they had the DJ Anna was there as well. It was top of the line. Let me just say it was top of the line yesterday. So I'll show you two pieces, two videos, to give you a little highlight of the fashion show yesterday. Take a look. So that was just a little piece, a little taste of what happened yesterday. Because at the ending, they had Blue Devils, they had the Jab, it's Jab Malassi, the one with the whip. I afraid old mass, so I don't know them things. You see Blue Devil, Jab Malassi, they had bats, and I afraid bats in real life, so me want to see the fake one either. So they had all of that. They had the Moko Jumbies with the wings. It was really beautiful. It was real put together. I sat down there in awe. I was quiet and I sat down there in awe and soaked in everything that, you know, was going on down those aisles. I was soaking in everything. And, you know, what we have to do when you experience things like that, you will see it on the TV, but it is totally different when you see it in person. And when you see it in person, it's a whole different experience. And it's an experience of you being proud of your culture, you being proud of where you come from, a beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago, an island that, yes, we may have our little trials and tribulations, but we are a Kalaloo nation. We are a nation of beauty, we are a nation of color, we are a nation of talent. And this is something that we always have to remember, even though we might be in a sticky situation and a situation that may have us a bit frustrated and a bit down and out. We have to remember we come from an island that a lot of islands envy. And this is reality. A lot of islands envy us because of our multicultural gifts, our talents, our food. Because just the other day it had a debate. Nobody did not know what was the national dish. Some people were saying doubles. Some people were saying pilau. Actually, our national dish is kalaloo. What we didn't know. But we have other popular dishes that follow down the lines that people still consider like a national dish. But our national dish, which you can Google and you can see, because I did investigate and Mako, and, you know, edify myself, that our national dish is kalaloo. Kalaloo with crab or something. Either kalaloo with crab or kalaloo alone. Kalaloo and crab. Yes, thank you. Thank you, production. Kalaloo and crab. But you can eat kalaloo alone. You know, those who are allergic to shellfish. But there was a debate. We come from a nation where the culture is so rich in terms of race and diversity that a lot of islands envy us. Because I have islands that are predominantly Afro. There are islands, well, parts of CARICOM, like Guyana, because Guyana is part of CARICOM. Most of them are East Indians, but we have a lot of Afro Guyanese in Guyana. It's some countries that have strictly fair-skinned mulatto mix-up people, mixed race. What, they still, in other parts of the world, they consider black. But what I'm saying is we come from a rich and diverse culture, which a lot of islands wish they had. And we have to embrace it. And I am told you all I'm not a carnival person, but I decided that here what? NCC really make me free to come out and, embrace a little thing of carnival. NCC, what I experienced last night, NCC said, I free to whatever they having, I am willing to experience. Because it opened my eyes and broadened my horizon in terms of your culture. Me, yes, I am from the Afro descent, but at the same time, I am a Trimbegonian. I was born here, I was bred here, I am part of the culture, I'm part of the richness of Trinidad and Tobago, and how beautiful our rivers, our beaches, our food, and how we can become one in terms of anything. Like it could be football, it could be cricket, it could be what? Soca, music, fete. Because I will say this, I want a very good, before we go to a break, a very big East Indian dance director who had a very prominent East Indian group. He was actually standing up next to us in the ladies' night out last night. And he did not know me. And, well, I know of him because he's always on the TV. He was a judge. And he still have this prominent dance, East Indian dance group. Very prominent. And he did not know me. And when the music was playing, he dancing and he just wrapped his hand around me. And I was like, but you know the soca music, because I don't tell you something. If somebody wrap their hand and, we're not really acquainted with each other, we kind of, kind of push away a little bit. But when I felt the energy and felt how he was just in the moment, he was proud, he was just enjoying and embracing his soca music, I say, here what? This is we. Soca music is we, calypso is we. And we was just dancing and enjoying ourselves. People was having a time, Tanty, Granny, everybody gets up, the wave. I was say, come to me, we see Tanty and them with the old stick, running up to the stage, running back. That is what culture is about. That is what Trinidad and Tobago is about. So I wanted to highlight this. Hats off again to NCC. Hats off again to Trinidad and Tobago for the rich culture that we have. Us being a blessed country. They always say, God is really a Trini, he's a Trimbegonian. So we're going for a break, and when we come back, we are going into our topic. And it's a question I want to ask, and there are some things that I want to highlight. A very important topic today. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Enjoy the music, enjoy the vibes, but when the drinks come out, the keys stay down. Get a designated driver. Drink responsibly.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at Real TV, where your future begins.
Call us today at 292-6470 or WhatsApp us at 384-7142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
I am Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, inviting you to join me for the rebirth of Apne Sitare, Our Stars, a vibrant and spectacular show celebrating the incredible local talents of the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Experience the beauty of our culture through singing, dancing, and musical performances as we keep the arts alive and shining bright. Tune in right here on Real TV every Sunday from 1 p.m. for Apne Sitare, Our Stars. See you there.
Join me, your host Smitty, on A Man's Perspective, right here on Real TV from 6 to 7 p.m. every Monday. Keep it locked.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
All right, so welcome back. It's Bridget Nicap. And today I have a topic today. And it's something that a lot of people ask about and a lot of people talk about, sensitivity. And the question is, when we end up in tragedy and when tragedy goes viral, are we losing humanity on social media? And that's a question that a lot of people have a problem with. So, somebody get murdered, somebody get knocked down, it's have a fight, whatever it may be. Child pornography, whatever it is. Are we losing our humanity on social media when a tragedy goes viral? This is a particular one. When tragedy goes viral. And in Trinidad and Tobago today, some people find out a loved one has died on Facebook. Crime scenes, bodies, grieving families posted, shared, and commented on in real time. Are we informing the public, or have we crossed the line into cruelty? That's a proper question to ask, and I will repeat it again. In Trinidad and Tobago, today, some people find out a loved one has died on Facebook. Crime scenes, bodies, grieving families posted, shared, and commented on in real time. Are we informing the public, or have we crossed the line into cruelty? When does breaking news become exploitation? And that's a good question. We have this thing now on social media that we no longer have something called compassion. Meaning, and this is not for people alone who have a phone, but this also goes to reporters. Reporters in general. Because I know, coming from not only this media house, but from a previous media house, when you hear a story comes out or you get a call, because somebody always, Trinidadians, you see something happen, you're ready to pick up the phone and go, hey, you see what's going on here? The people you're texting, you're going in a group chat. Because I'm in several crime group chats, and it always has somebody there on the scene to send a video. But the thing is, I could understand the point of media houses because they want to break the news, the story first. They want to break the story first on them in their media house. That is how the competition is outside there with reporters. And then there are those with phones who are ready to pull out and snap to put on social media because they want to be the first one to break the story on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, wherever it may be, for likes and shares and comments. That is how exploitation comes about. Because we no longer have compassion that this person who probably was murdered by suicide, murder, sorry, whatever it may be, not having compassion for the families that does not know at that point in time that that situation took place or is taking place. It's a pros and cons to this, you know. So we're dealing with pros and cons. What could be, what is good for the media and what is not good for the media. Because many times I have read stories in news over the years, because I've been reading news for some years now. This year we make it 4 years reading news. And over the years reading news, I've heard a lot of family members stating that they found out about the situation on social media. And the thing is, when these things come on social media, most of the time, when the story now comes out, the story is not totally correct. So when you have your caption with incorrect information or information that is not even properly sorted, we have what we call them, the comment politicians that will come in now because they are the professional interpreters, that they will interpret the story from the caption and the video, not knowing the backstory or what really transpired. I would tell you, I was one of them at some point in time, given a wrong story and had to correct it. And they will be commenting, and while they are commenting, they don't know what they're talking about, but they are the interpreters. Because they're watching, and everybody with their eyes, everybody, yes, we have eyes to see, but everybody perceives things in their own way. So when you perceive whatever you see or whatever you write or whatever somebody writes or whatever video you see or whatever picture you see, and you interpret it in your way and your way of thinking and your ideologies, then you make your comments, and then somebody will see your comment and it spread like wildfire. And then somebody will go on, and that's how it takes a domino effect going down the line. Not having compassion for some family members that probably did not even know, because the police have not even reached the family members, or the police don't even have the identity of the individual on the ground to reach out to family members. That's one of the things. It's sharing tragedy about awareness or clout and clicks. So we're talking about a tragedy about awareness. So for this instance, and I don't want to talk about it too much, the situation that transpired, don't want to address that. That is a very ticklish situation, and I don't want to delve on that topic. But the situation that transpired that has gone viral, and people are asking for justice for the individual who put out his hand out the window and he was murdered, shot by the police, and now his common law wife is paralyzed. So that in that instance brought awareness to Trinidad and Tobago, because, as I say, I don't want to delve in it too much, because probably whoever was in the wrong and the public needed to see, because whatever story was told was not depicted in the video that was brought out on social media. Two different stories. So now it brought awareness to the people of Trinidad and Tobago that what was told to one entity is not what people are seeing on social media. And I said, I'm not going down the line in that story. I'm not going down there. Or you're doing it for clout and clicks. And a lot of people go on social media, you will see somebody just get murdered on the ground, and they will go up in the person's face with a phone, and then go and post it up on social media, or post it up in a group chat, go and send it to the little groups on Instagram, or post it up on their page, because here why? They had the video first, likes, clicks, clout chasers. Not thinking about, and they're doing this before the police reach it. So the police didn't even have the information to give the family members that here what? Your son, your daughter, your granny, your auntie, your nene got murdered, or something robbery gone bad, a botch robbery happened, or whatever, and this is the case. Not giving the family the chance to be given the information in the way that they're supposed to be given the information, instead of you might be scrolling through social media and see that your family member is dead on the ground. That happened to me, and I could talk for myself. I had a cousin that was used as a human shield. And before the police reached, his body was on social media. We didn't know anything about it. We only found out on social media that he was used as a human. We didn't even know what happened. We just see a body on the ground. Not to find out afterwards, and my family was totally distraught. I was totally distraught to wake up on Saturday morning to see on Instagram, to see my cousin's body on the ground in the West. Not knowing what happened, because the police didn't reach there yet. So when the family was contacted and then the police gave the story and told us what actually happened, you see, when you do things like that, it tends to send a family in a state of a mindset that they would not be, it is uncontrollable. You just feel like if you're going mad because you don't know what's going on. The police didn't reach yet, the DMO didn't reach yet, they know how long they're dead, they know how long they're on the ground, they know when the shooting happened. You just see this dead person on the ground, and you know what is very distasteful? You don't know what's happened, but you're posting up the video, and you're saying just happened in Caroni. More information to come. What you post it up for? If you don't know information, keep it in your pocket. This is the problem we have, because why? We have clout chasers. You want clicks and you want clout. And the next question I will ask, have likes and views replaced empathy? And when we come back, we will divulge more on that. We're going for a break, and when we come back, more Bridging the Gap.
Hi, I'm Joanne Ogaro, and welcome to SMART Talk. SMART is the acronym for the Single Mothers Association of Trinidad and Tobago.
And I am Melissa Brown. SMART Talk exists to give single mothers and families real conversation, real data, real advocacy.
And I am Shermaine Wickham Howe, President and founder of the Single Mothers Association, highlighting all issues affecting single mothers, facts, situation, solution, empowerment. So tune in at 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. every Wednesday on Real TV with Smart Talk.
When security matters most, choose Catch Security Services Limited. We are proudly approved by the Ministry of Homeland Security. We protect your home, business, community, and much more. Our services include professional baton and armed officers, specialized K-9 units, mobile patrols, secure cash pickups, secure transport, and pepper spray applications and supply coming soon. Don't wait. Secure your assets now. Contact Catch Security today. Call 622-6601, email info@cssl-tt.com, or visit our office at 30-32 Saddle Road, Maraval.
You're viewing Real TV, ultimate in programming. Thanks for choosing us.
All right, so we are back. And the last question that I asked was, have likes and views replaced empathy? And yes, it has. People are not empathetic anymore. People are not sympathetic anymore. People have no compassion anymore. Because everything that now is, you post on media. Everything you see, you post on media. Not thinking what the repercussions could be, what can cause you by just posting a video. Can cause a family member, can cause even children involved. Because remember, imagine I'm a child in school and I'm studying. And you know some children, I will be honest, some children, they have the phone in school, and reality, they're not supposed to have the phone in school, but they have the phone in school. And you scrolling through the media, and you see your parent, you see your grandparent, you see your brother or your sister lie down on a ground. And you are a school child. It affects everyone. We lack a lot of empathy in Trinidad and Tobago, where those things are concerned. I do not, and I am telling you. I will see a picture with some, if I go in a group chat, somebody will say, hey, you see this person not get killed, whatever. And I said, I'm not reposting that. I say, how long that story come out? Just happened. I say, I'm not reposting that. I say, if the police get the report and whatever, then I will put it in the news. I am not reposting anything that happened in real time, especially a murder. And especially with elderly or children. I cannot do it. I don't have the belly to do it. Should the law step in? Or is this moral issue? And what I think should happen is, and I saw it later on in my research that I did, that I was doing, I think I have it lower down in my research, that there should be stipulated, I wouldn't call it a law, but as a policy that reporters are not to post any pictures, reporters reporting pages, all those social media big pages that like to promote crime, should not post a murder, a rape, a murder, suicide, or suicide, whatever it may be, on real time, unless a police has gotten the report and a DMO has made a pronouncement on the body. It should be a fine. And unless the police has contacted the family, because it is an utter poor taste that you go on media and you don't know nothing what's going on and see your immediate family member murdered or hanging from somewhere without police calling you first. That is in poor taste. You have no heart. And the thing is, people don't have no feelings until it hits home. You see when it knock on your door? That's when you just feel it. But for you now, it ain't happen to you yet. And you better hope and pray to God it ain't happen to you. Pray to the Papa God. It never happened to you. Because it is not a good feeling. And I could tell you that as a fact. It is not a good feeling. Police in contact all yet. Police in reach yet. But all they had the picture. All they didn't even know what happened. But all they so thirsty for like and a share. And for popularity. You post it. And then here the next thing to all they like to do, all they don't blur out nothing, you know. All they posting exactly how all they see it with all the naked eye. No kind of empathy. With your naked eye, you're posting exactly what you see. You ain't even blurring out nothing. So imagine you as a family member scrolling and seeing exactly how this person died. There should be some policies taken place that is either they are fined these pages, but you know these pages are these crime pages, they run anonymous. So you don't know who running the page sometimes. But they should have somewhere where their page is banned. Banned for posting videos and pictures like those. Without the family members knowing first, and a proper police report. I don't know what to say now. They say who bears responsibility? The person recording, the one who posting, or the ones sharing? All of them. But the one who most responsible is the one who recording. Although I say it's a pros and cons, we're going down the road with it, you know. It's a pros and cons to this. Because sometimes, some people recording, it saves a lot of people's lives. So I say it's a pros and cons. But I'm talking about the ones who are no heart. Everybody is responsible for their actions. Everybody. Because sometimes when you share, there are people that share without thinking. And the caption that they write while sharing those videos. Imagine you post up a video, hey, look at man now get leg down there. As a caption. So when you share that, your original caption is there while the person sharing it. Your original caption is there. Look at man now get leg down there. You have a family member go feel when they see that. Way I'm maxing no box on a man there, no. It's how the way people just write how they speak. A lot of people just write how they speak. So when you write those things, and very assertive, with no remorse and no feelings, no compassion for the others, and I read that caption, I will have so much emotions. I'll be vexed. I'll be angry. I'll be hurt. I'll be crying, bawling. There's so many emotions will be mixed up because I done vex. I see that caption already. You have no respect for my family member. I don't care if he. It's not some people that say you ain't care if he bad. But at the end of the day, these people are family members. They're family members with feelings. So these are the things. I am telling you, everybody's responsible for their actions. Crime scenes live stream before police notify families. This is the local angles that will resonate. Crime scenes live stream before police notify families. Accident victims photographed instead of helped. That is crazy, you know. That is crazy. Accident victims photographed instead of being helped. Because the first instinct you have now, and this is the thing, long time we used to be so compassionate for one another. Anything happen, you're ready to help. But remember I told you the other day I get buff for trying to help the lady. I don't want to help. It's how some people so. But your first instinct is to run and assist. Not run and pull out your phone because you want to be popular. Funerals, wakes, and grieving relatives posted without consent. That does happen a lot. Posted without consent. So imagine you now wake and you, a woman, a lady or a man bawling for the family member and you pull out your phone. Especially somebody who was on the news. Funerals. If you know a can't stand to see somebody who's lying in a casket and somebody with a phone up on the dead. Why all they like to do that? Why all they like to do them thing? For what? Let the person die in peace. They tell you they want a picture. You, the person lying on the casket in peace with the Holy Ghost. And you up in the car, you up on the thing with a phone, taking out a picture of the person and recording. Like, come on. You come there to mourn. You ain't come there to be a photographer or videographer. The funeral home, that's a funeral home for that. You up in the dead face. I just can't understand these people sometimes, you know. I just be flabbergasted. I watching some people the other day in a funeral, and they up with a phone in the person's face. If I was dead, I get up and I hit you. Just for being stupid and fast. I just can't understand, and listen that. It's we Caribbean people like to do them thing, you know. We Caribbean people love to do them thing, you know. Oh gosh, man, let the dead rest in peace. Grieving family members. You watching the people, you videotaping, you panning your camera. Watching the people, the person lip hang on, long, crying. Because they're grieving and you're zooming in on the people's face. No respect for the mourners. Comment sections filled with speculation and blame. Oh gosh, well I tell all you, we are the king and queen interpreters. Because we was there. You see all the people who like to comment, like them was there, they was sit down right there, they was in the midst, they was in the bacchanal, they was in the melee. Because they always have a piece to say, always speculating. If a Trinbagonian ain't speculating in the comments, tell yourself they're sick. Something ain't right. But we're going for a break, and when we come back, we have more on the topic. We have more to talk about. We have more to discuss. We'll be right back.
You're viewing Real TV, ultimate in programming. Thanks for choosing us.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Welcome to the Power Play, the most exciting period in sport. Join us every Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. as we bring to you all things sport. We break down football, cricket, basketball, all the latest sports in the Caribbean and of course across the world. Right here on Real TV, your station for local sport. Real to the heart, local to the core.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
All right, so we're back. And I want you to ask yourself this question because there are questions I want you to ask yourself. There's just questions that I want you to really sit down and ask yourself. Get a piece of pen and paper and write it down and ask yourself these questions. Would you want your worst moment trending online? These are questions that you have to ask yourself. Those of you who love to pull out phone. Would you, the individual, would want your worst moments to be trending online? And I am sure 99.9% of you guys will say no. These are questions that you have to ask yourself. So there's a big debate. And the debate is, this is one side, so I will call the side A. And the side A said, people have the right to record. Nobody is saying no, you know. Nobody not saying no, you can't record, it's against the law to record. You have your free will. Everybody have their rights too. But when you record, what are you going to do when you record? And that is the questions that you have to ask, you know. When you record, what is the purpose? Is it the purpose to bring awareness? Or is the purpose for you to create this set of likes and clouds? Yes, you have the rights. But what is the purpose? These are the questions you have to ask. What is the real purpose? Social media exposes crime and injustice. Yes, it does. It does. It did it in the past. And it is working on it at present. It does. That's why I said it has pros and cons to it. What is the purpose of you posting the video? Is it to bring justice or is it for popularity? This is what you have to sit down and think about. What is the purpose am I posting this video for? Because we just get hot and sweaty. When we see the hotness, the thing going on and the fire going on in the public. And they say, yes man, I'm going to spread it like wildfire. But what is spreading it like wildfire? What is the purpose? If it's in public, it's fair game. Nobody is saying no. Nobody is saying no. It is fair game, it's in the public here. But we tend to exploit. We tend to exploit. And make things reach too far. Some things. So this was side B. The next group, this was their rebuttal. This is trauma tourism. It is trauma tourism. And we don't even know it. When you do things, and let me tell you something, even though some people trying to bring awareness and some people trying to post videos, what we are not thinking about at the same time, we are implicating our country. Because it have some countries that things going on, you don't hear it nowhere else, you know. It'll be outside there. You ain't nothing, you know. Especially in some Caribbean islands. You ain't a word they're keeping it hush-hush. Within the country. When we spread things, we are not thinking about repercussions. We are not thinking about what could happen, what can it cause. Not only the families, but what can it cause the country itself. Because when you post these things, it brings your country, your island, in a different kind of light, and sometimes, in most cases, in a negative light. And then when people from the outskirts, people from different islands, and people from different countries make their comments and say what they have to say because they go by what they see on the media. And when they make their comments, Trinbagonians quick to jump in the comments to lambaste them. Why? Why are you lambasting them? Lambaste yourself. Because all is the same ones that put it on the media. These are the things that you're not thinking about. When the mother islands and Bolan, yeah, that's why Trinidad and Tobago, you see the condition, you see how they is, you know, they always quick to jam me, you know. Because there's some of them ain't like we had at all. They're quick to jam us. And then all they want to jump to the defense. Why are you jumping to the defense when you are the same one? You may not be the person recording, but you are the person reposting, sharing, and commenting. So when you do these things, you are not thinking of protecting your country, but you are thinking about implicating your country and then want to jump to defense? No, buff yourself. You caused that. You bring that on yourself. These are the things that you all do not put in or they don't think about. Or they don't think about these things. How is it going to affect families? How is it going to make me look as a person reposting something like this? Because it is very inhumane in some cases. And how it is going to look at how people are going to look at my country. You all are not putting these things in perspective, you know. Because all the too hurry and sweaty for the bacchanal and the lacquer. Not everything needs to be content. That's one thing. Not everything needs to be content. Because all content ain't good content. And in Trinidad and Tobago, I find we have too much social media influencers. That's what it's called, production, social media influencers. Okay. I don't call all the influencers, I call it all the influencer. Don't you know what's an influencer? Okay. Because some of it is really influencers. Not influencer, influencer. Because I don't know some content because all is so thirsty for content and thirsty for people to be on all the page. Thirsty for all it to be on all the page that all they making things that are tragic. Tragedy content for you all. Like, come on, distasteful, inhumane, uncalled for. Then it has something called families are being re-victimized. Families are being re-victimized. And people not, I telling you, I don't know, I don't understand how these people will be ruling on social media. I don't understand it, you know. I would not, you see how I'm sitting on here? I am an influencer. I'm an influencer in terms of talking about things that are current in Trinidad and Tobago, how we could find solutions, how we could address it, social issues. That is what I bring here. But you see on them TikTok and thing, don't look for me on no TikTok and no Instagram to be no influencer. I'm influencing. Nobody pick me. I leave that for the rest of TikTokers and who's Instagrammers. I leave that for them. If it is something to deal with social issues in Trinidad and Tobago and things that affects us, well, yes, well, fine and be it. But too many people take this media thing too far in terms of damaging and opening wounds of family members. Opening the wounds, reopening wounds that family members are still trying to heal from. I saw there's a page on Facebook where the children who are missing, they have one that children that who were missing since 12 years ago, who missing from since 2003, and they have no sign. They put up the child picture again. Anybody who's seen the child anywhere, and whatever family members or whatever who they never found, right? Somebody posted a picture of an individual. Mind you, the person did not do their research properly. Did not do their research properly. But because they want to be in the mix, pushy and fast, they decided to post the picture of the individual that the person is missing. Not knowing that the person was found years ago. Their skeletal remains were found years ago in a low grave. Right? A shallow grave. And when the person posted the picture and said, we're still looking for this person missing, a family member came into the comments and said, why would you post up this picture? Our family is still trying to heal. Our family is still trying to heal. Why did you post up this picture and say they're missing? We found them and buried them already. Why are you reposting this picture and rehashing memories that we are trying to heal from? And I commented and say, that is when you're fast and pushy. You ain't investigate to see to find the person yet. You ain't going to send a message, go by whoever, find out, down the road, Jane, everybody know everybody's business. But who try to know people's business? And you didn't even find out or investigate to see if the person was found or not. But you post up the person picture because you're pushy. And the family member sent this long paragraph stating that how the family is still trying to heal and you go on to rehash. So this on social media and it is public. So if somebody scroll up, they might see it. And tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. And now they are affected by it. They are really affected by it. You open up a wound that was trying to heal. So we're going for a break, and when we come back, so sometimes Trinidad and Tobago, let me try not to be too fast and pushy and research. So we're going for a break, and when we come back, we have more on the topic. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Zalisa Budusing Rupani, and I'm inviting you to join me for Conversations with Zalisa right here on Real TV. It's not just another talk show, it's a space for real stories, real insight, and real impact. We cover it all: health, law, parenting, relationships, drug and substance abuse, mental health, social issues, and so much more, with expert guests who help bring clarity to life's most important questions. So whether you're looking to be informed, empowered, or simply inspired, this show is for you. Weekdays at 10 a.m. with repeats on Real TV.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at Real TV, where your future begins.
Call us today at 292-6470 or WhatsApp us at 384-7142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Welcome to the Power Play, the most exciting period in sport. Join us every Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. as we bring to you all things sport. We break down football, cricket, basketball, all the latest sports in the Caribbean and of course across the world, right here on Real TV, your station for local sport. Real to the heart, local to the core.
You're viewing Real TV, ultimate in programming. Thanks for choosing us.
Right, so we are back. So then they came about with suggested panel mix. And I was like, a suggested panel mix? So, okay. And they said the reason being is because it helps. It helps with families, it helps with journalism, it helps with how the police represents in certain situations. And, it's something that, they said would be vital. So they say a psychologist or a counselor, trauma impact, somebody like that, journalist or media assist, a police representative, family member affected by viral tragedy. So then the next question was imposed. Should it be illegal to post images of dead or dying before families are notified? And I said yes. I said yes. Because before notifying any person, it is not in your place. Not in your place to post a dying body or a dead body on social media without the knowledge, the family's knowledge. Very inhumane. Because no family member wants to wake up one morning or come home from work or put on their computer, their laptop, their tablet, their phone to see a family member crying out, bawling for their life, or dead on the ground with some kind of pictures I saw so many times that I am telling you, sometimes I couldn't even watch it. And I could watch those things very good. There's some things my stomach can't take. But to know you wake up or you put on your phone, you put on your device and see a picture or video like that, and up to now the police ain't call you here because the police on the scene trying to get information. Where your heart is? Where's your heart? And I believe it should be illegal. Even if it's not illegal, there are some things that need to be put in place where there are stipulations that you cannot unless the family is notified. If the person have no family member, the police cannot reach your family member. You don't post up the dead person on the ground, but you post up a picture of the individual to see if you can reach out to family members. We can do that as well. Technology moves fast. Our hearts shouldn't lag behind. Maybe the real question isn't whether we can post, but whether we should. And it is whether we should comes from moral values. Because if you have morals and some sort of integrity, you know to yourself it is inhumane to do such without the knowledge of the family. Social media, and I want to read this, social media has transformed the way we communicate, share, and perceive the world. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is now X, allow instant connectivity, unprecedented access to information, and global self-expression. Yet beneath the surface of likes, shares, and viral trends, there is a growing concern. Are we losing our humanity in the process? And yes, we're losing our humanity in the process. Because now, not only on that too, we get so cold that we are outright body shaming people. As a laugh, as a joke. Because probably the video is trending. A video trending and you want to be in the mix and you want to share it too. And body shame. And not knowing that you are hurting this individual. Or hurting a family member associated with this individual. Gone are the days where we had a heart, where we had a little soft spot. Because social media has gotten us so hard, so inhumane, so cold, that we no longer care about what the other person who is affected think or feel. Because why you want popularity? But the only popularity you will get from me is that you is boo-boo the fool. I could never take you serious. You is a boo-boo the fool to me. Because I can't sit down and have you as a friend or follow you on social media and you body shaming. Body shaming people. That is something I cannot allow. I cannot sit down and kiki kaka with. And I would tell you this honestly. During the pandemic, I got caught up, and I would tell you all the truth. You know, when you're home and in quarantine, I got caught up in a group with a particular individual who was, well, he used to make you laugh and thing, but he used to lambaste everybody on social media. And I had to do some self-check. I had to self-check. And said, I cannot. And what broke me to the point where I cannot, where you were making fun of our autistic child. And there were people, big grown people older than me, you, all like the road, and they were laughing. And I told myself, I cannot say I'm standing on a platform for people that are being taken advantage of, for my people, and laugh along with you. So I had to do some self-reflection and ask myself, is it worth it? Where's your empathy, Naka? Where's your integrity, Naka? Where's your morals, Naka? Who could you lead when you are following? Hear that? Who can you lead when you are a follower? And all these things you have to think about. We need to have some kind of, I don't know. We got so into the social media and what is going on that we no longer have feelings. We no longer care. When I read the comments of some of these things, girls missing. Yes, I know it have some of them just run away and go by the little boyfriend. There's some of them who will do it. They're always doing it. But at the same time, the country that we live in, we have to take everything serious. Because we end up finding too many young girls missing and their bodies found. And when I read the comments and I see people, she gone by she man, yeah, it's by Marvin, she gone and calling all kind of man name from wherever. But people not understanding, we have no proof of every case we have to take serious because we are living in perilous times, serious times. And as a mother, a child comes from your womb, that is not what you're thinking, you know. You know what's the first thing you're thinking? I wonder if my child safe, what going on my child and come home for 2 days. Her belly boiling. But you are in the comments and social media, because remember, only from the Interpreters Association. We are real associations in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. I have to make a list of the amount of associations we have. We have the Interpreters Association, the Commenting Association, who like to jump to conclusions. And then some of these young girls, their bodies are found. Every case we have to take serious, but at the same time, the ones who the parents know for sure, they are common runners and they run away or whatever, and the police do find you, they should be charged. If they are minors, charge the parents. Because Peter pay for Paul and Paul pay for all and they see run away now. We can't leave no stone unturned. So we're going for a break and we're going back down, we're going down the line. And we talking about, is social media, are we losing our humanity? Are we losing our humanity on social media? So we're going for a break and we'll be right back.
Enjoy the music, enjoy the vibes, but when the drinks come out, the keys stay down. Get a designated driver. Drink responsibly.
I am Zalisa Budusing Rupani, inviting you to join me for the rebirth of Apne Sitare, Our Stars, a vibrant and spectacular show celebrating the incredible local talents of the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Experience the beauty of our culture through singing, dancing, and musical performances as we keep the arts alive and shining bright. Tune in right here on Real TV every Sunday from 1 p.m. for Apne Sitare, Our Stars. See you there.
When security matters most, choose Catch Security Services Limited. We are proudly approved by the Ministry of Homeland Security. We protect your home, business, community, and much more. Our services include professional baton and armed officers, specialized K9 units, mobile patrols, secure cash pickups, secure transport, and pepper spray applications and supply coming soon. Don't wait. Secure your assets now. Contact Catch Security today. Call 622-6601, email info@cssl-tt.com, or visit our office at 30-32 Saddle Road, Maraval.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at Real TV, where your future begins.
Call us today at 2926470 or WhatsApp us at 3847142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
All right, so we are back. Listen up. At a rate, we rolling with a one-man army production today, but listen, there's vibes, you know. Daniel, tell Robert we want them to Rocky. Robs, we love you, Robert, we love you. We miss you a lot. All right, so we're going back into the seriousness of the topic. You know, sometimes we are here to crack a little joke to make the work a little lighter and a little easy, a little airy. You know? So, the illusion of connection. While social media creates the appearance of connection, it often fosters superficial relationships. Friends and followers can become numbers on a screen rather than meaningful human bonds. The constant quest of validation through likes and comments can reduce our interactions to performance-based gestures rather than genuine empathy or understanding. I know real people who are fake friends, who are followers, and has this illusion in their mind that these followers that they created are following them because I tell you, Trimbegonians like Bacchanal. So if you bring in Bacchanal for them Trimbegonians and them, yeah, they're coming on your page. They go comment. They will be there on social media waiting, they'll put on a notification just for you to come on. And you will create this illusion in your mind that these followers are your friends. Nobody on social media is a friend, especially if you don't know them. Followers is not your friends. It's our followers who are there just for the comments, and they are followers that are genuine supporters. And that is what people just get fooled with. People feel because you have followers and somebody click the follow button, that is your friend and that person like you. People just click the follow button so they can get a notification because he's a confusion maker. He's a bacchanalist. You just bring the bacchanal, the juice, the way it's called, the juice and the curry for them. That is what people like. Bacchanal. Empathy in the age of screens. Humans are wired for face-to-face communication, where subtle cues like tone, body language, and facial expressions convey empathy. Online interactions lack these dimensions. The anonymity and distance offered by social media can encourage harsh or insensitive behavior, reducing our capacity for compassion. Cyberbullying, trolling, and online shaming demonstrate how quickly people can dehumanize others behind the screen. Nobody don't like to meet face to face again. Nobody don't like to give sympathy face to face again. Everybody find it easy or easier to click a caring heart, a hug thing, because you don't want to face to face, you don't want to call the person, you don't want to meet up, whatever it may be. I just talking about people who you know are not strangers. Or they say online interactions lack these dimensions. The anonymity and distance offered by social media can encourage harsh or insensitive behavior, reducing our capacity for compassion. This is what social media causes, especially with tragedy. And let me tell you this, there are some people, when they try to give condolences, there are some people who don't know how to give condolences. There are people that literally don't know how to write, please accept my condolences. You know how some people like to write? Hey, I'm really sorry, the person dead, they know about how they dead. I have seen it too many times, especially in comments. Hey, how this person dead, boy? Why would you go in a comment section on a family member page to ask them how the person died? Are you an undertaker? Are you working with the news? Why would you go in a comment section being so, not even thinking, so insensitive, not knowing what the person's mental capacity is, and going in a comment section to ask how the person dead? How the person dead? Somebody can tell me, like, who does that? Only boo-boo fools does do them thing. Very insensitive. There are people that do not know how to say, accept my condolences in writing. You know that some people could say it but don't know how to write it? You'd have some people like that. Like I would have some teachers that can teach by speaking but cannot teach by writing. Because how somebody is going to interpret it, they're going to interpret it totally different. Culture of outrage and comparison. Social media amplifies negativity and comparison. Algorithms reward sensational content, fostering outrage, envy, and competition. Users are constantly exposed to curated lives of others, which can trigger feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and resentment. Over time, this environment can erode self-awareness and the ability to relate to others, struggles with genuine understanding. These are the things I'm telling you. This is not something I just sit down and come up with a note. This is research that I came up with, and I just decided to pull them together to bring to you. Because these are issues that affect a lot of families and is affecting families today. Commodification of identity. On social media, identity can become a commodity. People present ideal versions of themselves, idolized versions of themselves, to gain approval, followers, and influence. This performative aspect can suppress authenticity, making it harder to recognize and express our true emotions through vulnerabilities. It's our people who like the person you are, the person you are in real. They create an illusion for a lot of people on social media to make people on social media feel that that is who they are. And when you know them in person, because I know plenty of them, who like to create an illusion for people that they are this prim and proper person. They are this prim and proper person on social media, and when you know them, they have a nasty attitude. They're not nice at all. Masking your identity, your true identity of who you are, just for the approval of followers and influencers. Followers or influence, sorry. I know a lot of people. I will tell all you, the Naka you see here is the Naka you see anyway. I ain't changing for a soul. Even if you pay me $1 million. And And a lot of people who I met over the years, who know me over the years, they always say, Naka, you ain't change. I say, change for what? The only thing I'm changing for is the better. I'm not changing who I am for nobody. Not to please nobody. It's either you like me or you ain't like me. Choose your pick. And if you ain't like me, I still have to eat, I still have to bathe, and I still have to live. And I have to eat because I love my belly. So that is not affecting me. That is who you have to be. You have to be your real, authentic self. That is how a lot of people get caught up with relationships. Because the person you see on social media and the person you're talking to in your inbox, and when they say, always say, well, come see me and come live with me, it's two different people, right? So breaking the cycle, reclaiming our humanity requires conscious effort, setting boundaries, prioritizing face-to-face interactions, and reflecting on our online behavior can help restore empathy and authenticity. Mindful use of social media, using it as a tool for learning, creativity, and mindful connection rather than validation or comparison can reduce the negative impact on emotional well-being. So we're going for a break, and when we come back, we're coming down to the last leg of bridging the gap, and we're closing off. So stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Joanne Ogaru, and welcome to Smart Talk. SMART is the acronym for the Single Mothers Association of Trinidad and Tobago.
And I am Melissa Brown. Smart Talk exists to give single mothers and families real conversation, real data, real advocacy.
And I am Sherman Wickham Howe, President and founder of the Single Mothers Association, highlighting all issues affecting single mothers, facts, situation, solution, empowerment. So tune in at 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. every Wednesday on Real TV with Smart Talk.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at Real TV, where your future begins.
Call us today at 2926470 or WhatsApp us at 3847142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
You're viewing Real TV, ultimate in programming. Thanks for choosing us.
All right, so you're back. And I want to bring back this last point that I have here, and this is breaking the cycle. And how can we break the cycle, reclaiming our humanity? How can we break the cycle where being inhumane and inconsiderate and not compassionate on social media? How can we break it? And they say reclaiming our humanity requires conscious effort, setting boundaries, prioritizing face-to-face interactions. So let us stop you're talking to this person on social media. I find it that so many people now, they no longer know how to sit down by a coffee house or to have a little pizza or whatever, meet in the botanical gardens or meet in some little park, sit down and have interaction, good talk. I can remember some days, some years ago, I had some friends in the school days. You know what we used to do? Go in the botanical gardens, by Bristol board. It's at a place, a stationary place in where I live. And we used to go and buy Bristol board and sit down in the botanical gardens after school and have a vision board and just talk about what we want to do in our future, what we want to do for the rest of the year, and interact. Now our communication is via Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp, which is utter madness. Nobody have time now to communicate face-to-face or to have that one-on-one because everybody life so caught up and so busy and everybody forgets about the true essence of communication and interaction with one another face-to-face. Gone are the days of that. And reflecting on our online behavior can help restore empathy and authenticity. Sit down, internalize. You know what I do sometimes? I go back and I scroll through my Facebook, on my Facebook wall. And I go and reflect on the things that I wrote about. Some things I still don't have remorse for because I say the truth. I am a person, I talk very plain. And some people may not like it, some people may agree with it. But then I reflect on my behavior, how the way, the manner, the tone I said it. Would I say it again? How should I deal with it differently? These are the things that you have to do. That is how self-internalization. Check back on your media, on your pages, and reflect how your online behavior is. Mindful use of social media, using it as a tool for learning. The only time I go on social media is either to watch something dealing with legal business, social business. Yes, sometimes you know a little heckling will come up with these little social media people. What's his name? Certified Samson and these different people. Just to get a little laugh. But I go on social media to see if I can learn something for myself. I love to watch Law and Order. I'm addicted to Law and Order. Addicted. I watch it all the time. That because I'm an old school, I'm an old child, I'm a old soul. I'm an old soul. So I go on social media for these things. Go and learn how to do it yourself, DIY. I go and learn DIYs, meaningful connections. Learn how to go and cook, have all in confusion and can't cook, can't boil water, can't boil rice. Go on social media for that. And not on social media for nonsense. So we're going down, rather than validation or comparison, can reduce the negative impact on our emotional well-being. So we're closing off. Social media is not inherently dehumanizing. It amplifies tendencies that exist within us. By remaining mindful, cultivating empathy, and valuing authentic connections over digital performance, we can use these platforms without losing the very qualities that make us a human. And I will say it again. Social media is not inherently dehumanizing. It amplifies tendencies that exist within us. By remaining mindful, cultivating empathy, and valuing authentic connections over digital performance, we can use these platforms without losing the very qualities that makes us human. And what I have to say, that was my little conclusion, but the conclusion that I have in real time, and that conclusion I will have to say is, we are losing ourselves through social media. we are losing who we thought we were or who we're supposed to be because of social media. Social media has become so embedded within us, and the things that are circulating and the things that are going on, you know, it have a lot of people that has become just so naturally angry because of the things, the algorithms that they see on social media, and they keep putting that in their system and in their mind, just become very, very aggressive. I was reading up on a search on that. And with that, in that case, I used to watch a show called Upkeep, a reality show, where they use their police camera. And I was watching a lot of arrest cases where it showed a lot of aggression. And I realized myself, I started to get aggressive. Personally. I started to get aggressive. And the worst thing to do is go to bed watching shows like that. Because when you are going to bed, you're supposed to watch something positive that you put in your mind when you go to sleep. When you wake up, or you sleep peacefully, and when you wake up with a mind that is at ease. And I tend to watch this thing where they're showing people rolling on the ground and the police trying to arrest them, and it's confusion in the place. And I started to get a little aggression. And I had to look within myself, and I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and he agreed with me. And he said, yeah, he said the things that you watch all the time, you tend to soak it up. You tend to get aggressive. And he said, Naka, you wasn't also always aggressive. And I said, yeah, I say everything that gets on my nerves these days. What it is? And he said, it's aggression. The things that you watch, and people don't understand the things that you soak up on social media. It tends to get embedded in you, and you don't even know to yourself that you are absorbing that energy. It's that energy that you are absorbing. We have to be mindful of the things that we watch on social media. Be very mindful. That is why a lot of times, I do not, when I leave here to go home, I do not watch anything that concerns crime or any news. I will do that in the morning time. Because after dealing with that in the daytime, I need to process my mind. I need to just release. Because when you continue watching these things on a daily basis right through, it affects your mental. It affects you mentally. That is why police officers, men in the military, when they go home, they like peace. Because it's something that they have to deal with every day. They don't want to hear about nothing about the military when they reach home. They don't want to hear about nothing about police work when they reach home. They just want to release that kind of energy. When I reach home, I want to release that energy. If it do pops up, I might take a look, but I'm not going to go directly into the story. Because it is not healthy coming from a place of dealing with this on a daily basis than to go home to pick it back up again. So I go home and I watch things that are positive, things that are meaningful, things that are educational, just for me. Because people fail to realize that when you constantly watch these things, and especially that's why we have a lot of political fanatics. It have a lot of people, they absorb a lot of political banter on social media, that every conversation that you have with them, it is about politics. And you call them political fanatics. It doesn't matter what it has to do with a political side, you know. It's just that you just watching the political banter between the two parties and what's going on in the country. Whole day you just idolizing that. That's the only thing that they could talk about. That's absorbing our energy. Like watching crime, absorbing our energy. Watching confusion on social media, absorbing our energy. an energy that is not good or healthy for your mental or your body. So we have to take time in watching things that are uplifting. It don't have to be spiritual, you know. It don't have to be nothing you're watching a church service. It don't have to be that. There are a lot of inspirational shows, a lot of inspirational videos you could watch. Like what's his name? Darman? Is Darman is he person? Yep. Right, Darman. I just watch a lot of Darman videos. Things that are uplifting, things that are positive and healthy. Where you can, when you sleep, you get a proper rest. And you wake up with a mind ready for the world to conquer. So we're coming to the end of the show. And I hope you enjoyed the topic today. But I want you all, let us use social media wisely. Let us start being empathetic, sympathetic, compassionate, and with love and kindness. Be safe out there on the roads. You know, it is a busy day. Rain was falling and then it stopped. You know, it's the carnival season. Those are going to different events during the course of today and the week. You'll be safe out there. Be mindful, be aware. Just know, live in love. Be kind to one another. Live in unity. Be safe. Bye.